Hello everyone, and welcome to this demo, friends. This is a demo on Linux server administration, Amazon Web Services, and the networking. That is your CCNA. All right, but at this particular time, that is 8 p.m., we have the Linux administration scheduled for us, right? Now, before we see more about Linux server administration or let's say cloud computing or networking and all the other things, let me just introduce to a package that we have started recently. Okay, and in this particular package we have added multiple courses, like you can see clearly, Red Hat server administration, networking, as well as your cloud computing. So let us go through this package in details and let's see what we can do today. All right, so this is a package here, friends. In this package there are 3 courses. One is your Linux server administration, then it is your, or I can say with Linux administration we have Amazon Web Services and CCNA. These are the 3 courses we have in this particular package. Now, suppose, for example, if someone is interested only in the Linux server administration for some reason, well and good, they can simply come in the Linux server administration. Okay. But if someone is a fresher or if someone wants to start a career in the IT industry, let's say if someone is interested in cloud computing, DevOps, cyber security, networking, okay, the server administration, advanced cyber security, or advanced cloud computing, then you should definitely start your career from these 3 courses. All right, so what are these 3 courses here? Linux server administration, Amazon Web Services, that is your cloud computing, and CCNA, that is your networking. These are the 3 best courses you can get to start your career in this IT industry. So we'll try to understand what we see in Linux administration and what we have in the AWS and what we can learn in the CCNA. We'll just try to explore each and every option here, friends. This is your first demo session. We have 2 more demo sessions to go. With the same link, you can join tomorrow as well as after tomorrow, and you can just try to understand what exactly is this package and where exactly this package can take you in your career. All right. So before we see what exactly this package is all about and what we can do in this particular package, let me just introduce myself, a formal introduction about me. See here, friends, I am Shakeel Aman here. All right. I have 14 plus years of experience in this IT industry. I have experience on different domains actually, like Windows Server Administration, Linux Server Administration, networking. In networking, I have experience up to the expert level actually. Okay. I have experience on virtualization. I have experience on security, as well as I have experience on cloud computing. So this is my domain for last 14, 15 years. I have experience on different domains. Now you may think or you may feel like, why I have done this many things in my career. See, when I say Windows Server Administration, when I say Linux administration, when I say CCNA or CCNP and something else, when I say security, or when I say virtualization, or when I say cloud computing, I'm just talking about the technologies which are completely related to each other. I'm not saying like I have done something in multimedia, then I have done something in, let's say, cyber security, then I have done something in SAP, then I did something in accounts. No, I'm not talking about different things here. I'm just talking about one particular, career path. So in my career path, I started from the Windows Server administration and the network administration. But whatever you see here, my friend, whatever, experience you see, everything is connected with each other. When I go with this cloud computing concept, in cloud computing, we have concepts that are related with virtualization, security, networking, server administration. So cloud computing is although a latest technology which is in more in demand actually, but still cloud computing is a concept where you will be learning certain concepts from security, certain concepts from networking, certain concepts from virtualization, and few concepts from your server administration. Okay, so this is my, experience. These are my expertise for last, 14, 15 years. All right, fine. Now let us come back to the package and let's see what we are offering you in this particular package. So like I said, there are 3 courses we are offering here, friends: Linux Server Administration, Amazon Web Services, and the CCNA course. Okay, now let me just, add one more thing here. If you come separately in this package, let's say if someone is interested only in Linux, he will be paying, let's say, 5,000 rupees. Someone is interested only in CCNA, again, let's say 5,000 rupees. Someone is interested only in cloud computing, let's say 6,000 rupees. So overall, that person needs to spend 16,000 rupees to learn these three courses in case if they go separately. But you know, my friend, the advantage of this package is this package will be offered only in 7,999 INR. This is only for 7,999, where you are learning the Red Hat Linux Server Administration, Amazon Web Services, that is your cloud computing, and CCNA, that is your Cisco Certified Network Associate. So this complete package is offered only in 7,999. Okay. So as of now, at this particular time, like, 8 p.m. is completely dedicated for our Linux server administration. Okay. And one more thing here. I have just started one demo session today actually on AWS, and it was in morning 9 a.m. So these are the two courses that I have started today. One is in morning, and just now we started the Linux administration. So both the courses comes under your package, right? So if someone is having sufficient time, they can come in morning 9 a.m. for AWS and evening 8 p.m. for your Linux server administration. And later on, whenever I start a new CCNA batch, maybe in morning or maybe in evening, we can just come in that AWS batch and you can complete everything there. This package you can complete in, let's say, 100 days, around 3 months. So you can complete this package in how many days? You can complete this package in 100 days. Now, what is the advantage of this particular package? Why we have to learn these three courses? Why can't I go only with this Amazon Web Services or only with the Linux server administration? See, when you go and learn Amazon Web Services without the knowledge of Linux and CCNA, you can learn. When you go and learn Linux administration without getting the knowledge of cloud computing and the networking, you can complete your administration course, Linux administration course. But my friend, you need to see the demand. You need to see the market demand. What exactly the companies are looking for. See, if you go and analyze everywhere across the globe, in every company, my friend, I repeat, in every company, they need people who can work on Linux server. They need people who can work on Amazon Web Services. There is cloud computing, and obviously they need people who can manage their networks. So this is the market demand. This package is designed according to the market demand. Every company on the face of the earth, smallest to the biggest company in India, in Dubai, in UK, in Australia, in Europe, in USA, in Brazil, in Argentina, in China, in Japan, in Singapore, wherever you go, my friend, in whichever country, in whichever company you're applying for a job, every company needs people who can work or who can manage their servers, who can manage their network, and who can manage their cloud computing. So this package is designed in this way that you can apply for job anywhere and you can apply for multiple job roles. You're not restricting yourself only to one particular job role. You can apply for different job roles in one company itself. If I just go with Linux server administration, I can apply only on Linux administration. But what if there are no jobs available on Linux administration in one company, and let's say the company is looking for a networking guy, or let's say a cloud computing professional? Can we apply for that job in that company if you're not having the knowledge of CCNA and AWS? No. So this package is designed in such a way that, it can take you to any company on multiple job roles. All right. Multiple job roles. Okay. Normally, what mistakes we do normally nowadays? We're just trying to learn something in 1 month and 40 days. And let's say like, okay, I have done this particular course. Now I'm looking for a job on this particular course. This is not the way the companies will work, or this is not the way everything works, my friend. We need to follow the business. We need to follow how things are working. We should not follow our plans, actually. In most of the cases, as a fresher or as a 2-3 years of experience person, we are not that much aware of the things that are working in companies. So if you go to any company, they are looking for people who can manage at least two technologies. All right, at least two technologies. Okay, so if you are good in server administration and cloud computing, fine, that's great. If you are good in server administration and network administration, then fine, that's great. But if you're good in all the three things, then your resume will get more attraction. Your resume will get more. Companies can call you on, companies can call you for interview. See, I'm not saying like once you finish this particular package, you're getting a job. I can say one thing. Once you complete this package and if you add all these things in your resume, you will definitely get many, many interview calls. That is what I can say. You have to face interview to get a job, right? So how you are facing the interview, how you are answering the interview, based on that, you may get a job or you may not get a job. Okay. But imagine there is a person who has, applied for a job based on Linux server administration. Okay. And there is one more person in the same company. That person is applying for a job based on Linux server plus networking plus the cloud. Obviously, company will call this person first. His resume is much better compared to a person who knows only the Linux administration. And by the way, it is not difficult to learn 3 courses in next 100 days, in next 2.5 to 3 months. It is not at all difficult because every course is connected with each other. What we are learning in Linux administration, there are many concepts that we are repeating in cloud. What we are learning in CCNA, there are many, many concepts that we are repeating in cloud as well as Linux administration. So the concepts will merge. The concepts are related with each other. You're not learning completely three different technologies. No. Linux administration, networking, and cloud, they are completely together. See, once you go to cloud, let me just, write down in this way. Once you go to cloud computing, there are two most important services. One is called EC2 service, and the other service is your VPC. See, in our AWS, I will be spending around 10 days on EC2, or maybe let's say 10 to 12 days on EC2, and at least 7 to 8 days on VPC. So 18 to 19 classes in our cloud computing is completely dedicated for EC2 service and VPC service. The two most important services in cloud is EC2 and VPC. And friends, EC2 service is completely based on Linux servers or servers actually. EC2 service is completely based on servers, whereas VPC service is completely based on networking, right? See, everything is coming together, right? So the concepts that you are learning in Linux, AWS, and CCNA, there are many concepts which will be repeated, and there are many similar concepts available in each and every course. For example, let's talk about security. Security is there in CCNA, security is there in Amazon Web Services, security is there in Linux. So the security, what you are learning in CCNA, it will be again repeated in AWS. It is a similar security. And the security that you're learning in AWS will be obviously repeated again in CCNA. So this course or this particular package is designed in such a way that, it will definitely help you in understanding the technology in much bigger way. I repeat again, friends, companies are looking for people who have multiple skills. With one skill, we are in 2025. With one skill, it's not possible to get a job. I repeat, with one skill, it is not possible to get a job. I remember 2005, 2006. 2006 actually, when I completed my computer hardware place, there was a course called N place, that is basic networking. This was in the year 2006. I have no knowledge of, networking. I have no knowledge of Windows servers or Linux servers. There was no cloud computing at that particular time. So I have just completed my computer hardware and the networking, the basic networking. My friend, in 2006, I have some job opportunities only on computer hardware and N place. That was the time. But today, can I expect a job on computer hardware and basic networking? No way, right? Things have changed. So today, if you're looking for a job, today, if you're trying to make a career in this IT industry, the best possible way you can start your career is by learning the Linux administration, cloud computing, and the network administration. Again, I'm repeating, my friend, it is not difficult for anyone to learn these three courses because there are many concepts which will be repeated. There are many concepts which are similar. Okay, so if you ask me, is it mandatory to learn all these three courses to get a good career start? My answer will be 100% yes. Okay, having said this, suppose some person requirement is only Linux administration, then you can come only at 8 p.m. You can come only for the Linux administration. But see here, friends, just try to remember this. Can you see your package here? Right? So this package is only for 7,999. And in this package, we have the complete server administration, what we are learning here, the Amazon Web Services and the CCNA. Linux administration will take around 35 days. CCNA will take around 35 days, and Amazon Web Services, it will take around 40 days. All right, so there's the reason I said 100 days challenge. So within this 100 days, you can finish all these things. But again, in case if you're available in morning as well, let's say morning 9 a.m. you can come for AWS, and evening 8 p.m. you can come for cloud computing. In next, let's say 40 days or 45 days, you can complete both the courses, right? AWS as well as Linux administration. Then let us say another 35 days, 40 days. So within, let's say 80 days, you can complete your package. If you have sufficient time. But suppose if someone is a working person, then maybe they can come only in one class, or maybe they can come in 2 classes in a day. So then it can take you up to, like, let's say 100 days, maximum 100 days. All right, so this is something about your package, my friend. All right, now, this is a live session. As you know very well, this is a live session, and every session we are recording here actually. Each and every live session will be recorded. Day number 1 till the last day, every session will be recorded here, my friend. And all the recordings will be shared with you. All right, so recordings will be shared with you. Initial 2-3 classes will be available on YouTube, but later on, once the demo sessions are done, once the regular sessions will start, then the recordings will be shared only with the registered people. That is one thing. And the second thing here is, you can see there is a chat box here. I'm just sending message here. I'm just saying like, hello admins. Can you see the message? I just said hello admins. Okay, let me just, hello admins. Can you see the message now? So this is a message here actually. I have just sent a message to you. You can simply use this chat box to send your queries. Whenever there is a doubt, whenever there is a question, please try to use the chat box and send your queries in chat box so that I can answer each and every question. Try to utilize this session. This is an online session, but this is a live session. And this live session will be recorded. All the recordings will be provided to you. And the second thing here is, you have the opportunity to clear each and every doubt. Not only in the demo session, my friend, till the end of our course, each and every session will be recorded, and each and every day you have the chat box open there, so you can clear your doubts whenever you have any doubt. Done? All right, so now let's go and see what exactly is server administration. Slowly and steadily, we'll go with the cloud administration as well as the network administration. But like I said, at 8 p.m., our major focus is on the Linux server administration. I repeat, at 8 p.m., our major focus will be on our Linux administration only. All right, so see here, these are the 3 technologies we are offering you. These are the 3 courses: Red Hat Server Administration, the latest one, CCNA, and the Amazon Web Services. So let's see what is this Linux Server Administration briefly. Now, when I say Linux server, I'm simply talking about the Linux server operating system actually. You know this very well, right? Linux is one of the very famous operating system we have across the globe. Now, what exactly is the operating system first of all? See, there are majorly 2 types of operating systems we use. One is a server operating system, one is your client operating system. So let us try to understand what is your OS. Whether it is server OS or client OS, doesn't matter. What exactly is our operating system? See, you know the definition very well, I guess. You might have seen this definition somewhere in your college or somewhere over the internet. What it says here? It says, operating system is an interface between a user and a hardware. It's a very simple definition we have seen. We have, known for many years, right? So OS is an interface between a user and a hardware. And you know what else we do in this operating system? In this operating system, or any operating system actually, is designed to perform certain tasks, like, to run some applications, to take some backup and recover your backup, to manage your, data security or application security. All right, to provide your resource management, okay, to perform some networking task. These are some of the basic things a Linux administrator or any operating system will do on a Linux server actually. All right, so this is what the operating system is all about. Operating system is the interface between a user and a hardware, and the main purpose of the operating system is to manage the resources, to run the application, to store the data, to provide security on the data, to manage our processes that are running there, to take the backup, and provides a user interface that ensures smooth interaction between a user and the system. I am the user, I'm working on a system. I am the user, I'm working on a hardware. So between me and my hardware, the operating system is there, my friend. This is the major work of our operating system. Now see, this particular slide you should remember forever. See what it says here, see. The first layer here is actually your hardware layer. Whenever you're running your operating system, you need certain hardware there, right? So this is your hardware layer. On top of the hardware, what we need to have? On top of the hardware, we need to have our operating system. It can be Windows Server operating system or it can be Linux Server operating system. Without operating system, there is no hardware. There is no hardware that can work. All right. So we need to take a hardware, and on top of this hardware, we need to install or we need to run any Windows Server operating system or we need to run any Linux Server operating system. So if you go and do some survey over the internet, my friend, let's say 85, approximately 85% of, applications that are running over the internet, they are running on Linux server. 85% applications on the internet are running on your Linux server operating system. That is a very big number, my friend. Now, when I say application, what it means? Application means it can be an email server, it can be a web server, it can be a file server, database server, or let us generally talk about the applications that we use regularly in our mobile phone. Let's say we use Phone Pay, Google Pay, Instagram, WhatsApp, we play some games. Okay, we download some photos or we edit some photos. So there are different types of applications available. So where are these applications running? 85%, approximately 85% applications on the internet are running on the Linux server operating system. This is such a demanding operating system, my friend. You cannot imagine yourself working in this IT industry, maybe as a cloud admin, maybe as a network admin, security admin, DevOps admin, cyber security admin, maybe you are ethical hacker. You simply cannot imagine yourself working on any of these platforms without having the knowledge of Linux server. I can challenge you, my friend. You can just show me any person actually who is working as a cloud administrator without having the knowledge of Linux, who is working on DevOps or cyber security or networking without having the knowledge of Linux. No way possible. Linux is literally mandatory for everyone to learn who is interested in any of the technologies what I have mentioned just now. Now, beside this, there are some people who are interested in programming. There are some people who are interested in coding. Okay, there are some people who are interested maybe in some other technologies. My friend, for a programmer also, one of the most basic requirement is the Linux. Programming is not our field, right? We are into the administration. But in programming also, or for a programmer also, Linux is one of the technology they have to know. So Linux is such a useful technology. It is such a useful operating system that, literally every person who is related to the IT industry, they have to learn the Linux administration for sure. And what is the major problem with this Linux administration? The major problem with this Linux administration is actually the general talk what we get over the internet, or the general talk what we see, in the internet. Normally people say like Linux is difficult. See, first of all, Linux is not coding. Linux is not programming. Linux is your operating system that works on CLI, command line interface. Okay. Now I got a question here. I am currently working in customer support role. I want to work in technology. Listen, my friend, if you want to work in technology, this is your first class and you started at the right place. You need to start from this particular package: Linux Server Administration, Cloud Computing, and CCNA. All right. So if you want to move, you cannot work in customer support forever, right? You have to move. So once you want to move into the IT industry, my friend, like, the technology, the administration and all those things, this is the package from where you can start learning. And this is the package on which you will definitely get a job once you complete this particular course. All right. Thanks for the question. And like I said, friend, just try to keep the chat box as busy as possible. Just try to keep on sending your questions. So your questions will make our sessions more interesting and more interactive. If the sessions are more interactive, the sessions will be more interesting. You know what we do when we sit with our friends? Have you ever seen a group of friends sitting without talking to each other? No, right? We just need to have some conversation. We just need to talk something. Then only the, gathering will be more fun. It will be more interesting. So this is something like that. We have gathered here to learn something. So better use the chat box to send your question so that, it will be easy for me to understand like how far we can go. Okay, there is one more question here. You can send the question to everyone. There is an option called everyone here, right? So that, everyone can see the question. Okay, so the question here is which version we are learning for Linux? In Linux, we are learning the latest version, that is RHEL 9.4 version. This is one of the latest version we have from Linux people. Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9.4 version. All right. Fine. Thanks for your questions. And I'm hoping more questions from your side. Anyhow, let's see. So what we said here, friends, we said this is a server hardware and there is a server operating system. And like I said, Linux is not a programming. Linux is not a coding. Obviously, we are using commands there, but it is not like you're programming or coding. So we just need to learn the Linux administration as a server operating system. That's it. So it's not difficult. Okay. So we just need to follow certain basic things, so things will be much more easier for us to understand. I'll make sure like you feel very comfortable when you learn. Okay, that's my responsibility. But still, Linux is not a coding or it's not a programming. There is no coding needed. That is what I'm supposed to say here actually. You just need to know the basics. If not, I'll start everything from basics. Done? Fine. So see, like I said, this image you should keep in your mind forever. What exactly is this image? First layer is your hardware. Second layer is your operating system, that is Windows Server or Linux server. And then the third layer is your application. Applications, whatever applications I said, it can be, movie streaming applications like Netflix and Hotstar. It can be message sending applications like WhatsApp. It can be, for money transferring applications like PhonePe or Google Pay. Okay. It can be email applications like Gmail or Yahoo Mail. It can be like, content delivery applications like YouTube or something else. It can be social media application. Just imagine any application, my friend, that application is running on top of your operating system. Again, which operating system? See, this is not a simple thing, my friend. I'm saying 85%, approximately 85% of applications across the globe, they are running on Linux. This is such a big thing, right? What else we need? 95% applications are running on Linux operating system. And one of the most important and most famous operating system is actually Red Hat Linux operating system. Let me show you practically. I already have the operating system installed here. In coming classes, I will show you how to install the OS. But as of now, let me just go and connect to this machine once. It will be exactly like this in your companies also. What OS you see here, the same sort of operating system will be available there in companies. I just enter the name, that is root, that is my main user, and then I enter the password. See, what you see right now is your Linux server operating system. See here, username is what? Username is root, and to which server we are connected? We are connected to server 111. Now, if I say cat /etc/os release, this is some command. Once I press enter here, see this is the command here. And can you see there is an output? Now, in this output, we need to know what exactly we need to check. So what I'm asking here, I'm asking what is my OS release? So it says Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9.4 version. If I say ls here, it shows me some output. If I say clear here, it will simply clear everything. If I say date, it will show me the date. If I say cal, it will show me the calendar. See, this is the way the operating system works. Okay. If I say, cat, and if I say file 8 p.m. This is a new batch on RHEL at 8 p.m. This is one of the codes in our package. Take care, learn, and excel in your career. whatever. Done. See here, I'll just say clear here. If I say ls now, can you see the file has been created here, file 8 p.m. If I say ls-l, can you see the file here, file 8 p.m. that is created at 2036. 2036 means how much? 836, right? 30th April. Who has created the file? Root. And there are a few more things actually available here. So this is your Linux operating system. It will be like this. If I say Control L, it will simply clear everything. If I just try to open the file, let's say file, what is the file name? I said file 8 p.m., right? So this is the file I have created, my friend. Okay. Now there is a question here. The question is why cat/etc path used? Any specific reason? As actually we want to learn these things as we don't know. See, this is just a demo session, my friend. I'm just trying to show you something. I simply cannot finish my Linux administration without explaining you what is etc, what is cat, and what are the other options available there. Okay, this is what we need to learn, and definitely we will see all these things. Yeah? This is actually known as file system hierarchy. So when you go with this particular class, file system hierarchy, here we will see this. Can you see a root, home? Can you see etc is here? So we'll see all these things, but this is not the session to discuss what is etc. It will be too difficult for me to explain what is etc today. And it will be too difficult for you to understand what is etc today. So when time comes, we will see all these details we'll see all these options in more details. What is cat or what is etc? Why I have went to only etc? What exactly is there in etc and all the other things. You know what you see right now on your screen? Linux file system. When you face interview on Linux, let's say they are asking only 5 questions on Linux, or let's say only 3 questions. They are simply asking only 3 questions in the interview on the Linux server administration. Out of these 3 questions, 1 question will be there from this particular Linux file system. So what is etc or what is /home or what is /sbin or what is /var? They will definitely ask you this question. We will see. This is not the session for that. We'll see this. Okay, I just want to show you how the Linux server operating system looks. Okay. Now, one more question. Why use PuTTY application? We are using PuTTY application so that we can connect to the server. If there is no PuTTY, we cannot connect to the server. Or at least we need to use some other option or some other application which is similar to PuTTY. But PuTTY is a very common application we use as administrators to connect our servers or routers or switches or firewalls. So that's the reason I'm using PuTTY in my machine. Got it? So this is the way the Linux server is designed. Right now, like I said to you, my friend, what you see on your screen, probably some lakhs and lakhs of servers today, they are running on this Linux server and on the same version, the same edition. All right. So once you join a company, okay, you will not be getting the root credentials. Let me show you one more very basic thing. If I say cat etc/password, hopefully I have some users here. Yeah, I have some users here. Let me just go with Shiva user. You know, multiple people can connect to this server by using different. Okay, I'll go with Sunita because Sunita has a password there. See here, friends. Who is connected here now? Sunita user is connected. Here, who is the user? Root is the user. Root is the most powerful user. Root is the main user. Root is the main user, but beside root user, there are many more users. For example, imagine once you get a job in a company, let's say you may be Anurag. Anurag, I think you have just joined the session. We started the session maybe half an hour before. Okay, I'll
Yes, sir.
just, yeah, I'll just come to it again. So Anurag is there, Ashish is there, Praveen is there, Shahis is there, Shahid is there, Vikram is there, Vikas is there, Durga is there. So we have different people working in our company. So once you join a company, a account will be created on your name. In this server, an account will be created with your name and you will be connecting to the server by using your account. See, right now Sunita is connected. So like this, there can be 20 people connected to the server, maybe 200 people connected to the server, or maybe 2000 people connected to the server. It doesn't matter. There are different people working. and every person will get a responsibility. Sunita can do something, Anurag can do something, Ashish can do something, Kanchan can do something, Praveen can do something. Every person who is connected to the same server, my friend, but every person can do different tasks. This is the way the servers will work. So I just showed you some basic practicals here. No need to worry like, what commands I have executed here, what will happen if I use this command, what will happen if I use that particular command. That's not the session for us today. That we will see in coming classes in more details. For example, see, if Sunita says fdisk -l, see what it says here? It says permissions denied. Sunita user cannot use this command. But if the root user says fdisk -l, see, there is an output here. So there are certain commands which are allowed and there are certain commands which are not allowed. So root is the most powerful user in our server, but beside root, we have like different other users. If I can take you to the syllabus of Linux once, see this is the syllabus. In this Linux syllabus, can you see this user and group administration? This is a place where we will see how we can create multiple users and how we can provide permissions to this multiple user. That is called users and group permissions. Okay. And then we will see file permissions. See, if I go back to the server again, if I say ls-l, can you see there are different files available like A1 is a file, F1 is a file, file 8 p.m. that we have created just now. There are certain permissions available here. See, hyphen read, write, hyphen read, hyphen read, hyphen. Again, see, if they are asking only 5 questions in an interview, or let's say again 3 questions in an interview, one of the question will be about this file permissions. So what are the default file permissions available and what permissions we can change? So right now, let me just make things more interesting for you. If I say ls-l file 8 p.m. Just now we created this file, right? You can see the file is created at 8:36 on 30th April. And these are the permissions available on this particular file. You know what I'll do now? I'll just say chmod and I'll say, let's say 600 file 8 p.m. I just changed some permissions there. Let me show you what permissions I have changed here. So can you see the difference? Before the permissions were rw hyphen r hyphen hyphen r hyphen hyphen. But now the permissions are rw hyphen 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 hyphen. Something I have changed there, right? But friends, it will take at least 2 classes for me to explain what permissions are there, how to change the permissions, how to configure the advanced permissions, how to configure the special permissions and everything. This is the Linux administration we need to learn. If I just say, for example, let's say 777, again, see, permissions have been completely changed. I'm not randomly writing some number like 7766, something like this. There is a story there. If I just write down a number like this, for example, let's say 789, it will not take this. It will say, what is this 789? I don't know. Because 789 number I cannot use. So there are certain numbers that we can use. So what are the numbers available? What are the file systems available? What are the file permissions available? How we can allow a user to access a file? How we can restrict a file? These commands we use literally in everything what we do, my friend. As a DevOps engineer or as a cloud engineer or as a cyber security expert or as a ethical hacker, these are the commands we use every day in our life. Linux is the most fundamental thing you need to learn. We are not learning Linux fundamentals here. We are learning the administration. But Linux is something that you should learn. Without Linux, you cannot imagine yourself working in this IT industry for very long. That's not possible. One of the top technologies that you should learn is your Linux. Got it? All right. So don't worry about the servers and all those things. I just showed you the servers only to make sure like you understand how things will work there. But again, Linux is not a coding, it's not a programming, it is just a operating system like your Windows operating system. Now can you please tell me at least 2 things that you do on a Windows operating system? 2 things that you do regularly on your Windows operating system. Interesting question, right? You do everything actually, but you're still thinking, right? What exactly you do? Just take your time, another 30 seconds, and try to tell me what you do on your laptop or desktop every day. Okay, meanwhile, there is one more question. Why use PuTTY application? I think I've answered this. And real-time using organization PuTTY application. Real-time, they can go with PuTTY or they can go with any similar application, my friend. There can be some other applications like Mobile Xterm, or Git Bash. There are many more applications available. You can go with any of the application. PuTTY is another, one of the very tried and tested application for last many decades. Okay, there is an answer here. The question was, what you do normally on your laptop and desktop? The answer is watching videos and office work. Office work means, let's say, making documents and all the other things, right? I was expecting this answer. This is what we do usually, right? We watch internet, we browse something, we watch something on the internet, or we do some office work, or we play some games. On a Linux operating system, we can do all these things. But my friend, Linux operating system is not designed for this. I repeat, Linux operating system is not designed for watching videos or doing some office work. We can do this. Linux operating system is designed for administration. That is what we have to do on our Linux server. It is simply designed to manage a network. It is simply designed to run many applications. Whatever technologies you have today, like if I say the technologies like, let's say, AI, artificial intelligence, ML, machine learning, quantum services, blockchain, cloud, DevOps, cyber security, networking. What else can you say? Can you say any other technology? Let's say digital marketing, whatever tools they use, my friend, in artificial intelligence, blockchain, cloud computing, DevOps, cyber security. You know where they use all these tools? You can blindly answer this. You can simply say they use each and every tool on Linux server operating system. Linux server operating system is so flexible that it will support literally every technology that exists today. And suppose imagine after a couple of months, or let's say after a couple of days, a new technology is coming there. So if a new technology is coming, the technology will be definitely supported by Linux operating system. This is such a flexible operating system, my friend. All right. And I just want to show you one person here. We can say a big thank you to this person actually for making this Linux operating system. I'll come to this story tomorrow, but as of now, can you see this guy here? His name is Linus Torvalds. He is the one who designed or who developed this Linux operating system kernel. We should be very thankful to him actually for, providing such a brilliant operating system where, complete internet is dependent on this operating system. All the technologies are dependent on this operating system. Okay. So yeah, this is what it is. This is the thing I just want to explain you for today. I just want to explain you like the importance of this particular package and the importance of this operating system. We'll see all the technicalities in more details from tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow we have, another demo session. So we'll see more things, more technical things from tomorrow. But today's session was just to explain you, like, what exactly is this particular package? What is the advantage for you if you go with this particular package like Linux server administration, Amazon Web Services and cloud computing? Oh, sorry, Amazon Web Services and the CCNA. This is something from where you can start your career. See, we are in 2025 now, right? Imagine the year is 2035 after 10 years. After 10 years, probably you will be having 9 to 10 years of experience in your career. So after 10 years, if someone is coming to you and asking you a question, if he or she is saying, listen, I want to start my career in so-and-so field, tell me what should I do? What will be your answer in 2035? You will definitely say, start your Linux server administration, learn your cloud computing and learn your networking. I will challenge you, my friend, after 10 years, you will definitely say this thing. There is no substitute for Linux server. There is no substitute for the networking knowledge. And there is no substitute for your Amazon Web Services, the cloud computing. It is literally the backbone of all the technologies. It is literally the best possible way to start your career in this IT industry. Okay, I'll be handling all the three courses, Linux, AWS, as well as CCNA. I'll be taking all the courses at different times. Like I have already mentioned the timings here. So at your convenience time, you can just try to come in that batch. But right now, Linux administration is completely at 8 p.m. And AWS, I have just done some basic introduction today. Tomorrow, it will be a bit more about this AWS at 9 p.m., 9 a.m. actually, morning. If you're not comfortable in morning, just start your Linux administration at 8 p.m. Probably within a week or so, I'll be starting AWS in evening also, or maybe CCN in evening. So like this, I'll be repeating my batches. Every 1 week, every 10 days, I will start one batch in morning and one batch in evening. Okay, again, the package fee is only 7,999. I just need to mention this again and again. This is only for 7,999. I'm not sure how long this package fees will be like this, but as of now, the package fees is how much? 7,999, which includes Amazon Web Services, Linux Server Administration, and CCNA. We are not learning the basics, we are learning the administration here, my friend. Done? All right, over to you now, friends. If you have any doubts, any questions, I'm available for you. You can clear everything. Okay, then we can come back again with this same link. You can join the session tomorrow again, and tomorrow we can see more about our servers and all the other things. And hopefully we'll be more comfortable in, see, I always say this, whenever you travel from your home, you know where exactly you're traveling, right? No one will suddenly pack a bag and they will take the bag and they'll just go out. They'll go to railway station or maybe let's say airport or let's say bus station. Then they are deciding like, okay, where should I go now? No one will do like this, right? So before they start from their home, they know where they are moving, where they are traveling, what they have to do in that particular location, how many days they need to stay, where they need to stay, how they need to go there in a train or a bus or a plane. They have to decide everything. Okay, so before you start your career, can you simply start your career by learning some random courses? No, right? There should be some proper plan there. There should be some paperwork. There should be some blueprint. So this is the best possible way, my friend. This is the best possible way you can start your career. Linux server administration, networking, and Amazon Web Services. Like I said, you're not preparing for one job role. You're preparing for multiple job roles. And one company, you can apply for 6, 7, 8 different job roles. Okay. I have recently read one very good, some quote in English on internet. They says, let me just, remember that. Do not, okay, let me change the color. Do not chase, attract. Maybe I'm not writing everything perfectly there, but see, this is one of the best thing I have read there. Do not chase, just try to attract. Normally what we do, we are just trying to chase everything. We are not attracting anything, my friend. If your resume has only Linux server administration mentioned, you're chasing. If you have only Amazon Web Services mentioned, you're chasing. But if you have Linux, AWS, and CCNA mentioned, you're attracting companies, my friend. This is the best thing you can remember. You just need to attract. All right. All right. Fine. I'm here for you. Like I said, I'm done with my session. Okay. I'll share this message with the management, Praveen. I have already shared the message, but let's see what they will do. Okay. So any questions here? Anurag, Ashish, Praveen, Shahid, Vikas. This was the first demo session, friends. Okay, I'm not sure where you are planning to move in your career, but you are in the Linux administration class, so most probably you'll be planning to go into the administration field like cloud or DevOps or cyber security or anything related with this particular technology. And in case if you're interested in any of these things, like I said, you friends, there is no other way or there is no better way to start your career than this particular package. All right. Yeah, thanks Ashish. Thanks Shahid. I think everyone is sending me message directly. That means I think there are some features that are not added in this particular link. One more thing I can see here is I cannot use my marker here. So that's the reason I'm using this, MS Paint to write down something. Normally in this link, we get a marker so that I can write something on screen like this, something on this screen. But for some reason, that option is not available. Maybe this is because of demo link. I need to check with them. But anyhow, no issues. Our messages will be there with, direct message option is available as well as, the group option is available. So when you send the message in chat box, you can send me directly in case if you need, or better, you can send the message to everyone so that everyone can see your question and hopefully I can answer the question at the earliest. All right. So yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for coming. And yeah, this was the first demonstration. If everything is clear, that's good. So we'll meet again tomorrow at same time, 8 p.m. And in case if you want to revise or repeat this particular session again, they will simply upload this session on YouTube within like 1 hour or so. They have a YouTube channel with the name DURGASOFT Online Solutions. So you can simply go there and visit the session. And if you still have any doubts from this session, I'm available for you tomorrow. Like I said, the chat box will always remain open. I will not close the chat box. It should be a interactive session. You're coming online every day. If you're not interacting with the trainer, you're not watching a movie here, right? You're not watching a recorded session. You should have the option of interaction. I will always keep the chat box open so that you can clear every doubt there, my friend. Okay. So before I stop the session, I just want to wish all the good luck. Hope to see you again tomorrow. But still, if you have already decided to go with this particular career, last thing I can say again, there is no better way to start your career than Linux server administration, networking, and AWS. This is tried and tested method for many, many years and many, many decades. From 1990s, I can say Linux server and CCNA is some of the best courses you can do. And in last recent years, let's say 2, 3, 4 years, Amazon Web Services or the cloud computing has emerged as one of the, again, top picks. But can we do AWS without the concepts of servers and networking? That's a very big debate. And if you want to get an answer from my side, you can do the AWS without learning Linux and CCNA, but getting a job is very, very difficult, my friend, close to impossible. Because when companies are looking for a cloud engineer, they are looking for a cloud engineer with good knowledge on networks and good knowledge on the server. Done? All right, so last 30 seconds left from my side. Anything else? Okay, fine. Done. So take care, guys. See you tomorrow at same time, 8 p.m. India Standard Time, with more details of Linux server administration. All right. Take care, friends. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, Anurag, please go ahead.
Sir, what is the prerequisite for learning this course?
There is no prerequisites to learn this course. If this is your first session, Anurag, you are at the right place. Whatever prerequisites are needed, I'll cover everything.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. If you're a fresher, let's say if someone is coming from BA background or BCom background, there is absolutely no need to worry here, my friend. I'll just start everything from very basic, very scratch, and I'll take you to the advanced level. There is nothing in Linux or AWS and CCNA which you may feel like, okay, it is very difficult for me to understand as a non-technical person. Nothing. Everything I'll start from scratch, and then we can go up to the advanced level.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Done. That's it, my friend. That's it for the day. See you tomorrow. Bye.